What if I told you that a 73-year-old retired firefighter from Ohio completely transformed his intimate life? Not with pills, not with expensive treatments, but by chewing something from his kitchen for just 60 seconds before bed. His name is Robert, and 6 months ago he sat across from me in my clinic with tears in his eyes. He said, "Doc, I feel like half the man I used to be. My wife still looks at me the same way she did 40 years ago, but I can't respond the way I want to." That conversation changed everything for him. And today, I'm going to share exactly what I told Robert, because if you're a man over 50 dealing with weakened erections, low energy, or feeling like your body just doesn't respond the way it used to, this video might be the most important thing you watch this year. I'm Dr. Olivia Brooks, and for over 15 years, I've specialized in men's urological health. I've worked with thousands of men just like you, men who built careers, raised families, served their communities, and now feel frustrated because their bodies seem to be working against them. Here's what I want you to understand right now. This is not your fault. And more importantly, there are simple, natural solutions backed by real science that can help restore what time has taken. Now, before we dive in, I need you to do something for me. If you're watching this because you genuinely want to improve your vitality and intimate performance naturally, hit that like button right now. That simple action tells me this topic matters to you, and it helps other men who are searching for real answers find this video. Also, drop a comment and tell me where you're watching from today. I read every single comment, and I love connecting with this community of men who refuse to give up on their health. All right, let's get into the science of why this works, and then I'll reveal the 3 natural substances that can genuinely improve blood flow to your most important areas. Here's what most men don't understand about erectile function after 50. Your ability to achieve and maintain a strong erection depends almost entirely on one thing, and it's not testosterone. Don't get me wrong, testosterone matters, and we'll talk about that. But the real hero of erectile strength is something called nitric oxide. Think of nitric oxide as the key that unlocks the door. When your brain sends the signal that you're ready for intimacy, nitric oxide tells your blood vessels to relax and expand. Blood rushes in, fills the erectile chambers, and you get that firm, reliable response you remember from your younger years. But here's the problem. After age 40, your body's natural production of nitric oxide starts declining, roughly 10 to 12% every decade. By the time you hit 60, you might have half the nitric oxide you had in your 30s. That's why things don't work the way they used to. It's not because you're broken. It's because your body needs specific nutrients to produce enough nitric oxide for optimal function. This is where the chewing comes in, and I promise this is going to make complete sense in just a moment. Your mouth contains special enzymes in your saliva that activate certain compounds in food. When you chew slowly and thoroughly, you're not just breaking down food mechanically, you're triggering a biochemical reaction that supercharges nutrient absorption and nitric oxide production. Studies from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition have shown that the act of chewing certain foods for 60 seconds can increase the bioavailability of their active compounds by up to 300% compared to simply swallowing them quickly. Now, let me share something that will change how you think about your body. I had a patient named James, a 58-year-old construction supervisor who had been married for 32 years. He came to me frustrated and, honestly, a little embarrassed. He told me that he and his wife had stopped being intimate almost entirely because he couldn't trust his body anymore. The fear of failure was worse than the actual problem. He said something I'll never forget. He said, "Doc, I miss feeling like a man, not just in the bedroom, but everywhere. I used to have this confidence, this energy. Now I feel like I'm just going through the motions." I gave James the same information I'm about to give you. 3 months later, he sent me an email that made my entire week. He wrote, "My wife and I just got back from a second honeymoon. I feel like I'm 40 again. Thank you for giving me my life back." That's what's possible when you give your body what it needs. So let's talk about the first natural substance that can genuinely transform your vascular health and erectile function. And I'll be honest with you, when I first tell you what it is, you might be surprised. But stay with me because the science is absolutely remarkable. The first substance is garlic. Now, I know what you're thinking. Garlic? Really? That's your big secret? But listen carefully, because raw garlic contains one of the most powerful natural vasodilators ever discovered. It's called allicin, and here's what makes it special. Allicin is only activated when garlic is crushed, chopped, or chewed. When you simply swallow a garlic clove whole or cook it at high temperatures, you destroy most of the allicin before it can work its magic. But when you chew raw garlic slowly for about 60 seconds, you release massive amounts of allicin directly into your system. This compound then gets to work immediately, relaxing your arterial walls, improving blood flow, and yes, enhancing circulation to your reproductive organs. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that men who consumed raw garlic regularly showed significant improvements in blood vessel flexibility and overall cardiovascular function. Another study from the University of Alabama demonstrated that garlic compounds directly increase nitric oxide production in the endothelial cells that line your blood vessels. Here's how to do it properly. Take 1 small clove of fresh, raw garlic about 30 minutes before bed. Chew it slowly and thoroughly for 60 seconds. Let the juices mix with your saliva. I know the taste is strong. Some men find it easier to follow with a spoonful of raw honey, which actually has its own benefits for male health. Others prefer to chase it with warm water. Find what works for you, but the key is the slow, deliberate chewing. Why before bed? Because your body does most of its repair and regeneration during sleep. When you consume garlic before bed, those active compounds are working throughout the night, improving circulation and supporting your vascular system during your body's natural healing hours. Now, some of you might be worried about garlic breath affecting your partner. Here's a trick that works for many of my patients. Chew a few fresh parsley leaves after the garlic, or have a small piece of apple. Both contain compounds that neutralize garlic odor effectively. Let me share something important here. I had a patient, we'll call him David, who was 62 and had been dealing with inconsistent erectile function for about 5 years. He was skeptical about the garlic recommendation, but he agreed to try it for just 2 weeks. At his follow-up appointment, his wife actually came with him. She pulled me aside and said, "Whatever you told him to do, it's working. He's like a different person." David himself said the change wasn't just in the bedroom. He had more energy during the day, his blood pressure had improved slightly, and he felt more confident overall. That's the thing about improving your vascular health. The benefits show up everywhere, not just in intimate moments. All right, let's move to the second natural substance, and this one is something I recommend to nearly every man over 50 who walks into my clinic. It's fresh ginger root. Ginger has been used for thousands of years in traditional medicine, but modern science has finally caught up to explain exactly why it works. The active compound in fresh ginger is called gingerol, and much like allicin in garlic, gingerol is most powerful when released through chewing. Here's what gingerol does for your body. First, it significantly improves blood circulation by causing your blood vessels to dilate. This thermogenic effect is why you feel warmth spreading through your body when you consume fresh ginger. That warmth isn't just a sensation. It's actual increased blood flow reaching every part of your body, including the areas most important for intimate function. Second, and this is crucial, ginger is one of nature's most powerful stress reducers. Now, why does stress matter for erectile function? Because chronic stress elevates a hormone called cortisol, and cortisol is essentially the opposite of testosterone. When cortisol is high, testosterone production drops. Your body enters survival mode, and functions like intimacy get pushed to the bottom of the priority list. I see this constantly in my practice. Men who are stressed about work, finances, or health problems find their intimate function declining, which then creates more stress, which further impacts function. It becomes a vicious cycle. Ginger helps break that cycle by naturally regulating cortisol levels and calming the nervous system. A fascinating study from the International Journal of Reproductive Biomedicine found that men who consumed ginger regularly showed measurable increases in testosterone levels and improvements in sperm quality. Another study demonstrated that ginger's anti-inflammatory properties help protect the blood vessels from damage that accumulates with age. Here's the proper way to use fresh ginger. Cut a piece about the size of half your pinky finger. Peel off the skin and chew it slowly for 60 seconds, letting the juice mix thoroughly with your saliva. The taste is spicy and warming, which most people actually find pleasant once they get used to it. Now, this is important. I want you to understand why chewing matters so much more than just taking supplements. When you chew these natural substances, you're activating enzymes in your saliva that begin the breakdown and absorption process immediately. Nutrients enter your bloodstream faster and more completely than when you swallow a capsule that has to survive your stomach acid first. I had a patient named Michael, a 55-year-old accountant who had tried various ginger supplements with minimal results. When I switched him to fresh chewed ginger before bed, he noticed a difference within the first week. More energy in the mornings, better mood throughout the day, and within a month, significant improvements in his intimate life. His exact words were, "I can't believe something this simple was the answer all along." Now we arrive at the third substance. And honestly, this is the one that surprises most people. When I reveal what it is, you're going to think I'm joking. But I promise you, the scientific evidence behind this recommendation is some of the strongest I've seen in my entire career. The third substance is walnuts. Simple, humble walnuts that you can buy at any grocery store. Let me explain why walnuts deserve to be called a superfood for male vitality. First, walnuts contain the highest concentration of an amino acid called L-arginine of any commonly available food. Remember when I talked about nitric oxide being the key to strong erections? L-arginine is the direct precursor to nitric oxide. Your body literally converts arginine into nitric oxide. More arginine means more nitric oxide, which means better blood vessel dilation and improved circulation where you need it most. A landmark study published in the journal Biology of Reproduction found that men who added walnuts to their diet showed significant improvements in erectile quality and overall reproductive health. The researchers concluded that walnuts' combination of arginine, antioxidants, and healthy fats created a synergistic effect that enhanced male function on multiple levels. Second, walnuts are packed with omega-3 fatty acids. Here's something most men don't realize. Your body cannot produce testosterone without adequate healthy fats. Testosterone is literally synthesized from cholesterol and fatty acids. When you eat a low-fat diet or consume mostly unhealthy processed fats, your testosterone production suffers. Walnuts provide exactly the type of fats your body needs for optimal hormone production. Third, walnuts contain powerful antioxidants that protect your blood vessels from oxidative damage. As we age, free radicals attack the delicate lining of our arteries, causing inflammation and reducing their ability to dilate properly. The antioxidants in walnuts, including vitamin E and polyphenols, help neutralize these free radicals and keep your vascular system young and flexible. Here's the protocol I recommend. Every evening, about 30 minutes before bed, chew 5 walnuts slowly and thoroughly for at least 60 seconds each. Yes, that's about 5 minutes of chewing total. This might seem like a lot, but remember, we're trying to maximize absorption and activate those beneficial compounds. The slow chewing releases the natural oils in the walnuts, making them much easier for your body to absorb. Studies show that thoroughly chewed walnuts deliver up to 4 times more nutrients to your bloodstream compared to walnuts that are chewed quickly and swallowed. I want to share one more story with you because I think it perfectly illustrates the power of these 3 simple substances used together. His name was Thomas, a 67-year-old retired teacher who had essentially given up on intimate function. He had tried prescription medications but didn't like the side effects. He came to me looking for natural alternatives, but honestly didn't have much hope. I put Thomas on what I call the triple vitality protocol. Every night before bed, he would chew 1 garlic clove, a small piece of fresh ginger, and 5 walnuts. That's it. No complicated routines, no expensive treatments, just 10 minutes of chewing natural foods. 6 weeks later, Thomas called my office just to thank me. He said, and I'm quoting directly here, "Doc, my wife and I were intimate last night for the first time in over a year. I actually cried afterward because I thought that part of my life was over forever. You gave me hope again." That's why I make these videos. That's why I spend hours researching and putting this information together. Because I know there are thousands of men out there just like Thomas who think their best days are behind them. They're not. Your body has an incredible capacity to heal and restore function when you give it the right support. Now, I want to address something important before we wrap up. Some of you watching this might be dealing with erectile dysfunction that has underlying medical causes, such as diabetes, cardiovascular disease, or prostate conditions. These natural approaches can absolutely help improve your situation, but they work best as part of a comprehensive health plan. Please continue working with your healthcare provider and consider these recommendations as complementary strategies, not replacements for medical care. Also, if you experience sudden onset erectile dysfunction, especially if it's accompanied by other symptoms like chest pain or shortness of breath, please see a doctor immediately. In rare cases, erectile dysfunction can be an early warning sign of serious cardiovascular issues. Let me give you a simple action plan to implement what you've learned today. For the first week, start with just the walnuts. Get your body used to the routine of slow, mindful chewing before bed. During the second week, add the garlic. By the third week, incorporate the ginger. This gradual approach makes the routine sustainable and allows you to notice the effects of each substance individually. Keep a simple journal of how you feel each day. Note your energy levels, mood, and any changes in your intimate function. After 30 days, review your notes. I think you'll be amazed at the improvements. Here's what I want you to remember from this video. Your erectile function depends primarily on healthy blood flow and adequate nitric oxide production. Both of these can be naturally supported through specific foods that are chewed properly to activate their beneficial compounds. Garlic, ginger, and walnuts each provide unique mechanisms that work together to improve vascular health, increase nitric oxide, and support testosterone production. The 60-second chewing protocol ensures maximum absorption and activation of these compounds. Most importantly, remember this: your value as a man is not determined by your erectile function. But I also know that intimate connection is an important part of life and relationships for most people. You deserve to feel confident and capable in every aspect of your life, including intimacy. These natural approaches can help you get there. If this video has given you hope or useful information, please hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I release new videos every week focused on men's urological health, natural approaches to common problems, and strategies for aging powerfully. Share this video with a friend or family member who might benefit from this information. You could be the one who changes their life. Remember, the best time to start improving your health was 20 years ago. The second best time is right now. Take that first step tonight. Buy some walnuts, some fresh garlic, and some ginger root. Start the protocol. Give your body the support it needs and let it show you what it's still capable of. This video is intended for educational and informational purposes only and should not be considered medical advice. The information presented here does not replace consultation with a qualified healthcare provider. Individual results may vary, and you should always consult with your doctor before starting any new health protocol, especially if you have existing medical conditions or are taking medications. Dr. Olivia Brooks and the Urology Education and Vitality channel are not responsible for any health decisions made based on this content. I'm Dr. Olivia Brooks, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay healthy, stay confident, and never stop believing in your body's ability to heal and thrive.